Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. We're doing a remarkable spotlight on businesses across the country and even in your town. Joining me on this program, on this segment, is Hemant Desai. He's the CEO and president, and he's been 21 years with Silicon Valley ITEX. Hemant, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for inviting me.
Hemant, tell us a little bit about ITEX Silicon Valley and the folks that you help.
Well, ITEX is an international border exchange with the business owners. They join the ITEX to move the idle inventory, improve the cash flow, increase the sales. And as you know, Mark, the bottom line is a net profit. Because if you are earning $1 million and if you're spending $1 million in running your business, there's no profit. But what ITEX does is ITEX helps you barter for what you have for what you need. So you're literally buying things on a wholesale price, whatever the cost for you to earn that dollar, you buying from someone else. So ITEX help you improve the bottom line profit. It helps you open new market and bring you the business you would not have otherwise.
I see. Yeah, I know there's so many advantages to barter and different ways to benefit from it. Can you give us a couple of beneficiary examples of how people use barter to either enter new markets and get new audiences, and also to increase their cash flow?
Yeah, I give you one example is a Vita Clay chef who sells the rice cookers. And she sells the rice cooker on Amazon and Costco and Bed Bath and Beyond. But about 9 years ago, she came to us, when she was just starting up in the business and everything. And we start selling her rice cookers nationwide before even she was on the radar to be. And now she's very successful, and we help her move the idle inventory. And funny thing is, I am her consistent advisor to her business. She looks up to my office to help her for all kinds of necessary information or advice, and it is thanks to the ITEX.
Fascinating. So
I
when you say that you help her like move product and start expanding it within the network across the country, these folks are buying it on barter dollars. Is that right? And what does she use the barter dollars for? How does she get to spend them, and how does it benefit her?
She mainly did the advertising and marketing nationwide with the border dollars. There was and there is a magazine called I think it's a Natural Awakening, and that's part of the ITEX. And so her rice cooker is pretty healthy, you know, uh, is made with the clay. So she was able to garner the market with the high-end rice cooker, because her rice cookers are not cheap. They sell for 149 to $249, and you can buy a rice cooker for $29. So she needed the audience and the market to get her product out, and ITEX helped her do that by earning the money at the whatever it cost her to get the rice cooker and sell it for retail. So if that rice cooker, say for example, cost her $50, and if she's selling for $150, now she has $150 in marketing. And when she does $150 in marketing, it only costs her 50.
I see. So to connect the dots, it's almost like she's able to purchase $150 in advertising from Natural Awakenings magazine, but it's really only costing her the wholesale cost of the good, which was $50. So she's able to earn the spread, if you will. So it gives you a lot of leverage and power.
Yes, and that is the beauty of the barter.
Tell us, how well known is barter? Is this sort of an underground economy, I used to call it, because I don't think like everyone speaks about it like it's a regular, thing. How common is it? Do people have any hangups about it? Are there some misconceptions out there about barter?
Well, there is a huge misconception, like you mentioned, I know earlier, that is underground economy. It is not. ITEX is considered by IRS as same as a cash. So what does ITEX does is ITEX provides a 1099B to each member because ITEX is a membership-based community. And ITEX also provides a 1099B to the IRS. So everybody is on up and up because you're going to have to pay taxes if you have an income. And if you are showing that income as an expense, in the case of Vita Clay Chef, we talked about it. She's buying at $50, she's selling at $150, and she's spending $150. So she doesn't have to pay any taxes because income and expenses are considered same as a cash. So the advantage is only there is no negative part of the barter. You're getting the benefit of moving your idle inventory and getting what you need for what you have. And that's a big advantage.
That makes a lot of sense. And if I'm understanding it correctly, the way I explain it to friends and colleagues, it's sort of like it's creating an economy where let's suppose just like a typical barter or trade between two people, but not everybody needs the good or service that the other person has to offer, so they can't make an even trade. But to join a community, somebody's going to need it, so it allows you to create almost a currency in order to make the change exchanges with the people that could definitely use the service, and then you can spend that currency with the things you need from someone else, perhaps. Am I understanding it correctly?
That is so correct. And earlier question was, how many people really use it? Unfortunate thing is only 2% of people do the barter. So people sometimes thinks that if I do barter, then I'm gonna have all the barter customers and I would not make cash. Hey, there are 98% of people that you can make cash from, and you have 2%. And as you know, in our country, we have a idle capacity of about 27 to 30% because we work at about 67, 68% capacity. So if you're not selling your goods, or if you're a dentist and if your chair is empty, you're not making any money. If you're a lawyer, you may be $400 an hour, but if you sitting in your office and there is no uh, prospect sitting across you, you're not making $400 an hour, are you? You're making zero.
That brings up another great point, is that like just opening barter and using that as part of your business, that is a brand new marketing stream as well, because it's introducing you to folks that you wouldn't have found otherwise. And those folks tell other people, and it could activate your referral marketing from that standpoint. So it's definitely making use of, as you said, utilized inventory or an empty chair.
That's right. I have give you a good example. My mortgage broker who helped me buy my house that I live in, he has so much business from my families alone and our friends because he did the trade with me for the points when he was helping me buy my own house. He has been with me now since 19, wait a minute, about 2006 or 7. And since then, he has probably helped our own children 3 times. We have refinanced our house already once to buy and 2 times more. And my wife has sent him to so many of her friends to refinance their homes or buy new homes with his help. And he has made more cash out of it from from different places that he would not have made otherwise.
Now that makes me curious. A mortgage loan officer or a real estate professional, how can they use barter? Because aren't they just paid on a commission basis? How are they using barter?
Well, like you said earlier, is advertising and marketing, correct?
Hmm.
So when he used the barter, what happened is, let's say there is a 2 point on helping me finance the house, and 2 point on 500,000 is about, what is it, like 10,000? I'm not sure exactly how that works. But let's say, for example, is 2% is $10,000. And so what he did was he got the $10,000 from his, the title company or mortgage company to finance the house. And what I did was I gave him a 10,000 points. So I converted my points into cash. So he gave me $10,000 back. And so he's got $10,000 in trade, and I converted my $10,000 in trade into cash.
I
So
gotcha.
that
And
is a
he gets
cash conversion for me.
I see. It helps you convert your cash. He gets a new client out of it, which you could get him a word of mouth referral and in the cash world.
Correct.
So it's expanding his network, and normally he's not like most MLOs and real estate agents. They're not near a capacity.
Exactly. And not only that, now he can use the $10,000 in points to do advertising and market to garner even more cash business.
Hmm. Yeah, I think there's like a lack of understanding and not enough education to the business owner community about how this all works. Because once the lights start coming on, I think people can really see the value of adding this channel into their business.
That is so true. And what we do at the ITEX in Silicon Valley, we do consultative selling or membership. So when our clients join us, like the Vita Clay chef, I become her consultant. And that's what it helps my client how to do more business. So we constantly not only helping the border, but we constantly helping our clients by educating them. Like one of my client bought between probably $3 and $4 million in real estate property so far through my office in last 21 years.
Fantastic.
One of the biggest deal we ever did was $1.4375 million in Rockley in Sacramento. There's a 7,000 square feet or 6,900 square feet house on the golf course with a 3-car garage. And he was able to put down payment $175,000 in down, which is ITEX dollars, and a 1.3 million cash from the bank loan. So no money out of his pocket. And he was able to buy the house. And he rented that house out because he was living right here in San Jose, near San Jose. So he rented the house out. He was paying the mortgage. Within a year and a half, the house went from 1.4375 million to 2.1 million.
Wow. So it sounds like you have some advanced users that have really wrapped their mind around how to leverage barter and are masters of it.
You can imagine how much net cash out of that house selling that house.
I can only imagine. Heyman, tell me a little bit about like what inspired you to get in the barter industry. How did you get started? What's your background? Tell us more about you and what brought you here.
Well, I am actually a mechanical electrical engineer, and I was studying aeronautics in Houston, Texas, and then I dropped out in 1976, I think, after a couple of years going college, and we were all unemployed in Texas with the oil embargo of Shah of Iran, if you recall that. Maybe not. You're not that old. So anyway, we were all in the street of Houston then doing nothing, and the minimum wage was $1.80 an hour then. So you can't even get a job. And there were like something like 20,000 engineers in Houston running around and doing a $2 an hour job at the sacking the grocery for the Safeway and the Kroger. And that was a really bad time. And so I got into the restaurant business, and in 19 I think it was in 1988 or 89, I was one of the representatives in Texas, talked me into joining the ITEX for my restaurant, and that's how I was introduced to the border.
Wow, fantastic. So I think people need to learn more about this. So for folks listening today, and the lights are starting to come on, and they're starting to understand that, hey, I better pay more attention to this barter economy. How can they find out more information, learn more, learn how to connect with you? Where should they go?
Well, very simple. We have a website called itexsv.com, ITEXSV for Silicon Valley.com. And you can go there and you can join for free. There is no membership fee for now. ITEX is providing a free membership. And you can email me, uh, the Hemant.Desai at itex.net, or just call my office 408-836-4839. So you can reach me either way.
I
And if
appreciate that. This has been terrific. Heyman, I appreciate you sharing this information, and like rarely talked about information about barter to help businesses, especially today in this economy. And I wish you continued success for you and ITEX and for all of your members.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for inviting me. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Hemant Desai, everybody, the founder of ITEX Silicon Valley. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. That's all for this segment. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for tuning in.